Hey, in this video, I'm going to do a dive into a really popular area of Kansas City, Missouri. I'm going to go over the location, some of the main attractions, the top reasons to live there, and also go into a current housing market report. So let's go ahead and get into this right now. Hey, if you're new to this channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living in Kansas City, the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, then subscribe below, hit the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the market in Kansas City. I'm Scott Kellenberger, and I get calls, texts, and emails every week from people just like you that want to make the move to Kansas City, and I absolutely love it. Now, whether you're moving in 2 weeks or 20 weeks, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. I'll help you make a smooth move to Kansas City. All my info is in the remarks below. Alright, so we are going to do a dive into one of my favorite spots in Kansas City. It's actually in Kansas City, Missouri. It is not in the urban core. It's not downtown. It's actually going to be just south of downtown in Kansas City, Missouri. And there's kind of three different areas that are really close to one another. There's the Country Club Plaza area, there's the Brookside area, and the Waldo area. And these areas kind of stack up right against each other. So let me just go and show you kind of where this is. So you can see on the map here, here is downtown Kansas City, Missouri, kind of the center of Kansas City. Let me zoom out. So you can see you got the whole KC metro area again, and downtown right in the middle of it all. Suburbs all around. But today I want to focus in on these areas right in here. So you can see downtown, just south of downtown, we have these areas right here. So let's zoom in here. And I want to talk about three different kind of spots. We're going to start with the closest to downtown, and that is the Country Club Plaza area. So the Country Club Plaza here, this was the first outdoor shopping mall in the country that was made specifically for people to drive to it, to drive vehicles to it. The first outdoor shopping mall to drive vehicles to in the entire country. And I believe it was a long time ago. It's been open for a really, really long time. And what I love about the Country Club Plaza, it's a great walkable area. You have to drive there, but once you're there, you can walk around, and it is absolutely beautiful. There are fountains, there are tons of shops and restaurants that are absolutely top-notch. Some of my favorite things at the Country Club Plaza, you have Jack Stack Barbecue, which in my opinion is the best barbecue in Kansas City. Those are fighting words because everybody has their favorite, and there's so many good ones. But there are all kinds of awesome, amazing restaurants here at the plaza. You've got kind of some national chains, and you've got some local places. Several wonderful hotels around there. There's an Apple store. There's some coffee shops, Messenger Coffee, stores that my wife really likes going to, like Anthropologie, Lululemon. There's a rally house for your sports gear for our local sports teams. Pretty much everything. I really love going to the Barnes & Noble. It's a huge 2-story Barnes & Noble bookstore on the plaza. I love books, so I love going there and browsing around and finding something new to read. So the plaza is awesome, and it is absolutely beautiful. It is, the architecture is really, really fantastic. Let me see if I can find some other photos. Not really. Of the plaza, but again, there are a lot of fountains there. The architecture is modeled after Seville, Spain. So you've got the roofs and just the overall look and feel. It's modeled after Seville, Spain, and it's really beautiful. Great place to go shopping. Every year at Thanksgiving, they turn on the holiday lights, and so all the buildings have holiday lights on them, and they flip those on. It's so beautiful to go around the holidays and see the lights and do some shopping and just walk around. So Country Club Plaza area, there are some really nice homes around this area. And we're going to go just south of the plaza now. and talk about the Brookside area. So let's just highlight this real quick. So again, this is the Country Club Plaza, shops, restaurants, hotels. Surrounding it, there's lots of nice homes. And then I want to talk really quickly. So the Brookside area is kind of like this area here. This is the Brookside area. This is an older area of Kansas City, Missouri. Older homes built in like the 1940s, 50s, 60s. Really cool architecture on these older homes. And I want to talk about some of the attractions here in this Brookside area. So first of all, Luce Park. This is probably my favorite park in the Kansas City metro area. I love Luce Park. It is really beautiful. So they have rose gardens. Those are absolutely awesome to see. As you can see, there's a really nice fountain. There's a pond. You've got the weeping willow tree, water features. There are paths throughout the park for walking. Great place to take your dog. There's just open grassy fields. Also a great place to take your dog. Great place to go play some frisbee or catch. It is a beautiful park. There is a large covered area with tons of picnic tables. It's a really popular spot for people to go on walks or jogging because there's a path all the way around the park that's perfect for that. There's also a really good playground for the kids. My kids love to go to the playground there and play on that. So Luce Park is really a fantastic park right here in between kind of the Country Club Plaza and what I would consider like the core Brookside area. So with Brookside, the top kind of spot for like shopping and dining is right here, right off of Warnell and Brookside Boulevard and 63rd Street. And let's just zoom in and I'll show you some of my favorite spots right here in Brookside. This is also a really good walkable area. So just depending on where your house, there's houses again all around here. And so shops and restaurants are right here. Again, it's just surrounded by homes all in this area. It's neighborhoods, it's homes. So really, good options there for being able to walk to this Brookside area. So here in Brookside, my personal favorite things in Brookside are, well, here, let me just show you a couple photos. So there's the Roastery Cafe, good coffee. There's some nice little local shops. It's this is a nice walkable area with shops and restaurants. You can see kind of in the background of this photo, there's a bunch of shops along there. So there's tons of events throughout the year. There's St. Patrick's Day, they have a parade. There's every spring, and I believe it's in May, they have a really big art festival, and there's other things as well. So as far as the restaurants go, they're all good. But my favorite Mexican restaurant in Kansas City is Jalapenos. So that's right here. There's one of those in Brookside. There is some really good sports bar and grills. The Red Door Wood-Fired Grill. It's a nice local chain that I absolutely love. The Brooksider, another great sports bar. There's a couple different coffee shops. Michael Forbes Bar and Grill is really good. You got some ice cream places here. And it's just a really great spot in Kansas City. And then you have the trolley track trail that goes kind of all through Brookside, and it's just a great path to be able to walk or bike. And so that goes kind of like all through this Brookside area right here along Warnell and Brookside Road. And it keeps going, and that is just, again, that's a really nice path for walking, biking, that sort of thing. And then I'm going to zoom out a little bit again. So just to highlight once more where we're at here, we've talked about downtown Kansas City is up here. Country Club Plaza area is right there. Brookside area kind of right in here. And then just south of all that is the Waldo area. So this is another older area of Kansas City. I actually lived in this area for a few years. I loved it. It is absolutely awesome. So with the Waldo area, just south of Brookside, some of my favorite things here. Again, you have kind of older homes, really cool architecture. I'll show you a couple of those in a little bit when we do our market report. But my favorite places in Waldo, McLean's Bakery. It's been around since the 40s. Fantastic bakery and coffee shop. They also have breakfast and lunch food. It is amazing, top notch. Their cinnamon rolls are to die for. Betty Ray's Ice Cream, best ice cream in Kansas City, in my opinion. I love this. This is a local ice cream shop. They have tons of like really cool, unique flavors, as well as like the old staples, like the standbys. So some really, really good stuff there at Betty Ray's. I went there all the time when I lived in this area. Another thing that I love in Waldo, I really, really, really like Waldo Pizza, which now it's not showing up here. There it is, Waldo Pizza. Here at 75th and Warnell, there's several great restaurants. Waldo Pizza, fantastic pizza. You have The Well, which is kind of a sports bar and grill, and they have an amazing rooftop patio that's really popular. They have good food. Here's a good image of that. So they've got the rooftop patio there. Awesome place to just go and hang out, have some food, have a drink. Also in the area that I really like is Summit Grill. Great food there. So, and there's many, many, many more options. Tons of great restaurants in this area. Again, this is a nice walkable area, just depending on where your home is around there. So, again, the Plaza, the Brookside, the Waldo areas, fantastic part of Kansas City, Missouri. So I'll just show again. So right here that I'm drawing now, this is State Line Road. So to the west of it is Kansas, and to the east of it is Missouri. So you've got Kansas City, Missouri here, which is the area that we've just been talking about. It's just off to the east of State Line Road, bordering Kansas. So I'm going to hop over, and I just want to go over some of the houses in the market a little bit in the Plaza, the Brookside, Waldo area. So I want to just show you, like, this is an example of the architecture and look of a lot of the homes in this area. Just a really cool, I just think it's so cool and has a lot of character. So I'm going to zoom through. You can kind of see just a little bit. You know, this gives you just an idea, sampling of, you know, what some of the homes in this area look like. A lot of the homes have kind of some similar layouts and architecture to this home here. And I also chose this home to show because this home sold for $365,000, which is basically the median price point for this area that I'm talking about. So you can see I've got highlighted here around the Plaza, Brookside, Waldo areas. So for this area, for single family homes, the median price point is around that $365,000 to $370,000 range. And this is just in the last 3 months. So it's April 5th right now. So basically in early 2023, that's what the market is like. So you can see we're at the median price point. So that house I just showed you, $365,000. There's one for $370,000. Here's another one that sold for $370,000. Kind of got that double Tudor style architecture on the outside. So you can just see what some of these houses look like in this area. It's a fantastic area of Kansas City. And, you know, the median price point is at $365,000 to $370,000, but there are so obviously there are homes that are less than that. So it depends, you know, those are for like 3-bed, 2-bath, 3-bed, 2.5 bath at that $365,000 to $370,000 price point. But you can get, you know, some that are less expensive depending on the updates and the size and the exact location. You know, you might get, so here's a 3-bed, 2.5 bath that sold for $335,000. Here's a 2-bed, 1-bath that sold for $245,000. You know, just under 900 square feet. So, you know, obviously the size and condition is going to affect the price, you know, what you can get. There are also some really expensive homes, you know. Like here's one that sold for, you know, a lot more, $740,000. $615,000. For this one, a little bit larger, different location that might be, closer to kind of those walkable shops and restaurants. So exactly how far you are from the Brookside shops or the Waldo shops or the Plaza is going to determine the value a little bit as well. The more walkable it is, usually the more expensive it's going to be. The less walkable it is, the less expensive, which even if it's not super walkable to the shops and restaurants, it's such a short drive and there is plenty of parking in Brookside and Waldo and at the Plaza where you don't have to walk. You can park, drive and park there and still enjoy everything that there is to enjoy about it without being close enough to be able to super easily walk. So that's just a very brief overview of the market here in these areas. So hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you found it helpful and informative. If you have questions or you're interested in learning more about this area or any area in the Kansas City metro area, again, shoot me a text, give me a call, send me an email. My info is in the remarks below. I would love to help you out.